is. I think
Alright
Smithy is
guys,
one of the
we're
most
going to be
talented junglers
reviewing
in NA at really
Team
having a
Liquid
good sense of
Jensen's
where the enemy
Akali
jungler is on the map.
versus
He's very well
G2's
known for
Caps'
being able to
Sylas.
anticipate where they
This
could
is the
be, even
hardest
with imperfect
matchup in my
information.
opinion
So for
for
him, it's more
Akali
about trying to match farm.
in the mid
You know, if
lane.
you're in a
And
situation
we're just
where
gonna
you're
watch
hitting 6
overall.
on Sedge
So.
1 and Olaf hasn't killed your
This
lanes yet,
video
you're
is
going to be
probably
feeling
gonna get
very, very good.
And it feels like both junglers in a
copyright
comfortable
claim,
position.
but
You know,
you know,
Smithy happy
I
to be
think
the guy
it's
who
gonna be
is the
fun
counter ganker, who tries to read the
since
map.
we're watching it
tries to get
anyways.
plays in Yankos. We've seen it in the Elise. We've seen it in
Yeah,
so
I mean,
many
Sylas is just so
Early
freaking
game
hard for
is
Akali
his
to go
MO
against
at the
because
moment. And now we're going to see a
wait, he doesn't have aftershock though, which is
spotted
really
out on
confusing.
vision, so G2 will be able to take
So,
the blue
they're
buff away.
stealing
We
blue.
talk frequently about top to bot side jungler,
Okay,
but this
now they know.
ward going to give away
But
the start.
yeah, he doesn't have
Smithy will
aftershock,
now
so it's
have
not
good
too bad.
information on,
But the fact that
Jensen's
Sylas
One of
gets
the
to
things I
steal
actually love
Akali
about
ult,
this from G2 is even
and
though
he
it's
has his
spotted
own
by TL,
E,
you're kind of
so he
pushing
can like ult in and
Smithy
then
into
dash
this
in.
vertical
And,
jungling.
oh god, it's gonna be really, really brutal.
He's doing it for
Fleet
on
slash
impact
resolve
side,
Akali
which just
will.
means he's not going to actually
I
be
know.
down by double lift by core JJ.
You gotta
which
do
is
what you
that
gotta
lane they
do
will
in
wanna
pro
be able
play.
to play towards and gank for.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
what the
Isaiah.
heck?
Like,
You just
you
eat
know that Team
backwards?
Liquid as a team has this
Is he
priority
choking?
on playing towards the bot side of the map, and this means that their jungler is now forced to play on the top side. So this aggressive lane of Lucian Galio is forced to play a little bit more defensively,
Anyways,
and
Doran's
arguably it's valuable for
Fleet
G2
resolve. It makes
to
sense.
have been spotted
In a
out,
hard
because
matchup,
then it forces this
you definitely want to go for
invisible
all
pressure
that
onto
shit.
the duo of Team
One thing I'm confused about is
That kind
why
of puts the
he
ball into
doesn't
the
have
court of Smithy as
teleport.
well, because now with that top side presence, you have to
But I
wonder if he's
guess
actually going to take
I guess he
time
just
if
thinks
is going
that
to pay some
his
attention,
mid game
try to shut down
Ignite will
Wonder.
be too good,
Difficult to
which
gank
makes sense.
Vladimir, but
Once
only
you get a
level two, so
Gunblade,
small
then if he has
opportunities
Ignite,
in
it's
the
just
early
like
Yeah, and I
pretty
mean,
much
if
guaranteed
Wonder
kills
is
no matter
pushed
what
up, there
keystone you have.
certainly is a lane you can attack, and I
Why is
don't
he
think
leaning that way?
you know, Smithy is just going to willfully ignore that if those opportunities do
Is that, like,
arise. So
intentional
we will
just to
have
get his
see
passive up?
Wonder playing fairly careful around
Seems,
this because he's still fairly pushed up in the
interesting.
lane, and Smithy does have the opportunity to come up here behind him.
It is okay.
Impact still level 2, might be waiting
Caps
for
is
the
playing
level
with the
3
monitor
here to
up?
come
No.
out. Engage on the bottom side though, Dredgeline going to connect, Tom from 4JJ, Double is content to back off and try to trade back, but the action will continue on the top side. Smithy stepping forward, immediate fool going to come out there from Wonder, not interested in trying to trade back, just wants to back off.
And this, honestly, the situation is so good for G2 because it was a full clear from Jankos on Smithy's blue side of
Yankov
the
not
jungle.
like
So he took away 3 camps.
he's taking
and
his red buff?
all Smithy was able to actually get was the blue buff. Then he went up to actually take that
Oh, is he
pressure.
probably invading?
And now the trade just continues to
Guess we have
extend.
to watch
4JJ
and wait for
going
Akali
back
to
in, but the
do
Ignite
stuff.
is ticking. Perks wants to get the damage down, but Mickey grabbing first blood with the Ignite. Huge play on the bottom side.
Big
Oh my god,
pickup
I actually
for
missed that. I was
duo
reading the
of
chat.
G2,
If he
finding
eats
first
into a
blood
minion,
onto Double Lift
he
and Core
is
JJ, who
in danger
to the
of
eyes
Jensen.
of many
Oh, right,
fans
that
now
makes
is
sense.
considered one of the best duos in the tournament.
Oh
but the
god, if
action
his
is
W's down,
slowed
he's
down
fucking
as
dead.
G2 look for a play in mid.
Jensen potentially in
Never
trouble.
mind, that
has
was
the dagger to
genius.
Jump back to the Shuriken will take him to safety as well
Wait,
as the Shroud, but
honestly?
already laying down some early pressure.
If
Yeah, that was really well played by Jensen to avoid it, but the kill on the bottom side is so big for G2.
I think that was just
You
really
have this
stupid for them
Kai'Sa
to try and
lane
dive
who
at
is
Akali
now
for
out
Shroud
to
is
a
up.
farm advantage, who is
That
winning in
maybe
that
they thought
2v2,
Akali
and
Shroud was
not
down,
only that, but
or
they took
maybe they
2
tried
summoners
timing
off
it
of
and it
DL, so
just
they
came
have
out
summoner
that
advantage as
millisecond.
well.
And such an
But
uncharacteristic
likely
play
that was
from
just a
4JJ
really, really
as well.
stupid dive.
This guy so far at MSI in the group
Jensen,
stages
yeah, but he
has
didn't even need
not
to do that. He
died.
could have just
He's
E'd
had perfect
backwards
games
towards the
so
second
far
turret.
throughout, the group stages.
There's no
And
way
he
he was gonna
considered
die with the
North
Shroud
America's
up.
MVP. A lot of confidence gets put onto this bot laner. So for him to get caught out of
Yeah, let's
position
see
like
this
this, definitely uncharacteristic.
Yeah, definitely
Okay.
the case, and kind of absorbing
Level
that
2,
hook
level
there
3
for
versus-
Doublelift. Doublelift, though, maybe could have just dashed it and had Core JJ simply back off.
Ooh.
Either way,
Awkward.
nicely played there by G2. They did have the level advantage on the
He didn't-
all-in.
oh, he
His
didn't
Perks was
flash or
up 1
anything.
level there, it looked like on Doublelift, and that
Awkward
was just
level
really
between
well
that. Yeah,
played.
seriously.
And early in the draft, we
That's
thought the Galio was a good sign for Core JJ.
We'll move on.
So
We'll move
many
past it.
support bands leveled against him, leading
Ooh.
up into this
Oh, he
game.
lost the cannon.
An extended
Impact
trade on the
number
top
1.
side, but Core JJ often the heart of its team, often the leader in so many situations, and going behind
gonna get
early,
hit by a
definitely
Q.
not what
No,
TL fans
okay.
expected.
Yeah, certainly not what they want, but I would say, you know, Core JJ is more known for kind of the supports along the lines of the Braum, the Tom Kench, and those are really his bread and
let's see
butter.
it.
We'll see
Clean
if he is going to be able to
combos.
excel in more of the kind of playmaking style that I see this support Galio as.
Jensen's E's up, so he's not in
However,
too
we
much
see a
danger.
bit of extended trade in the mid lane. The Conqueror choice for Sylas, not something that we always see, but has been very powerful in a lot of these extended melee trades. The healing from it coming in clutch against the Akali.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
actually a really big fan of
I don't know.
Sylas
I don't-
and Akali. One of the things that Sylas can do
I
is
don't
when you're
feel
in the
very
middle of a
good
melee,
about
even if Akali is in Shroud,
Conquer,
his passive ability
but-
can still hit the Akali, and he has a lot of skill shots that can continuously damage her.
I guess
and he has a
it's not
surprising
bad
amount of
because
sustain
they
with his
really
double
only have
approach.
Akali as an
He often just
assassin.
outtrades and outduels, and
They
then
don't
even
have
lock
that
down
much
the Akali.
damage,
Now
I'd
going
say.
forward, Yankos is here as
Like,
well. Does manage
it's a
to find
tank
the stun
jungler
in.
and take
Shroud
support?
Invisible, but I don't think it's be long enough.
Wow.
The flash out clutch from
Oh my
Jensen.
God, oh my
Yankos wants it.
fucking
He's
God.
going for it. The axe
Oh.
will come through. Will connect.
Wow.
And Yankos takes down Jensen.
I wanna watch
really
that
well
again.
played there by Yanko. So it was all about if Jensen
See by
Jensen
Yankov.
Yankos wants it.
and may even lock down the Akali.
Caps going forward. Jankos is here as well. Does manage to land the stun in the shroud.
Oh, he popped out a shroud. Wait, check this out.
May even lock down the Akali.
So, how do I just slow this shit down? Like that. He should be invisible.
Forward. Jankos is here as well.
And he didn't press. Is he still invisible? He's leaving. Oh, never mind. He's still invisible the whole time.
Invisible, but I don't think it's be long enough. The flash out clutch from Jensen.
I love him. I'm just gonna leave it the whole time.
The axe will come through, will connect, and Jankos takes down Jensen.
Oh, really well played there by Jankos. It was
If he was that
all
hunter shot
about
wall,
if
that'd
Jensen
been
could
awesome.
dodge that or not, and he wasn't able to.
Click on
Jensen getting
live.
pressured
Right.
very heavily here by the lane and pick up that
Cool.
farm. So when he dies with the wave
I
at his
think-
turret, that is all lost experience, lost farm. You can see as a result, Caps is up a level.
I don't want to say it was a
because of all this
predictable
pressure that Jankos has put on.
Q
So,
Viola.
you know, that is kind of the trade-off there, and Smithy has not been in
but
position to help
I
out
think he was like,
with Jensen.
I don't know.
either
Honestly,
time.
it's so it's
Now
really
the
like a
bottom side,
50-50.
though, or JJ just threatening an engage here, but
Jensen
it's
could have
not
easily
just the level,
like
it's not
hard
just the individual 1v1 difference,
like
but the
turned
pressure in
right,
mid
or
lane
he
now
could've,
compounding to
you know.
additional advantages. Jankos able to take that blue buff away, and now the team set up to look for a dive. Caps has
Why
the
don't you
Akali
play
ult
pro?
stolen.
I don't want to
They
like
can fully commit to
devote
this
my
if they
life
want to.
towards
Jankos will be spotted out.
playing 12 hours a
Going
day.
down on the
It's
Caps,
just
pretty sure they know the
it's not for
situation.
me.
They will back off, but G2
And then
happy to play for the
there's
tower.
like such a low
Caps
chance
have
I would even be
priority
good
in
enough.
Mid lane, G2 were
Not
aware
low,
that
but it'd be
Xfinity was
pretty low.
likely going to be
Yeah,
on his
it'd be
red
low.
buff because it spawned at the same time as the blue.
Alright.
So G2 maintaining
Let's
control
see
of the bot
her.
side and just doing what they can to mitigate the pressure
Going for
of
that.
Doublelift and Core JJ, the duo that would often help get early leads for this Team Liquid squad, and G2 are doing whatever they can to shut them down.
Yeah, they certainly are, and so far, so good. You have to say for G2, they're out to a very strong early advantage. Yes, the gold lead is not massive, but everything has been going their way.
Honestly,
it is Jankos creating the plays, it is Jankos creating a lot of the pressure, and you know that in
We'll have to see
addition
what
to
Akali
that
can do
bottom lane kill
mid-game,
was very
but
big, and this is just a really nice play
when
here
they
from
first
G2.
picked
You land
G2
the
first picked
chains
Sylas, I think that was a
from
good
Caps in that shroud, and then
opportunity
Jankos
for them
goes to
to
chase
not
down.
pick
I thought this
Akali.
was going to be another international Jankos moment when he flashed under the turret. That was a bit of
I saw it in my head, Barry.
There were a
Right there with
couple of
you.
hesitation, but he managed
they
to
all
land
have
an
to
exit.
go? How did
Jensen
they go?
did what he could in that situation. Good
Yeah, I'd rather do
utilization
that
of the
than
stealth to
play
buy
League all
time,
day.
but I wasn't sure if his ultimate was available at the moment because he
Yeah.
ended up not using it. So in the end, he couldn't get away.
Yeah, that was definitely really close. You know, like it's easy to watch the replays and say, okay,
So
we've
uneasy
done
about
this or
those
that.
Akali
You know,
runes?
maybe in that situation,
No, these runes are
had
good.
Jensen
These
actually
runes
turned around
make sense
and
against
got
a
the
counter
ignite off
pick.
as the axe has
Because
them,
Yeah, yeah,
I think
Fleet
he probably
is just
does
like-
get the one for one there, and then that becomes more
yeah,
but
I don't know.
it's so
I
hard to
still
know
don't understand why
exactly
Fleet's
how
so
much
amazing in
damage
pro
those
play,
turrets are
but it
going
is.
to
I'm gonna
do.
accept it.
So close to the duel coming out in the mid lane, but not going to be the focus area. Double lift now. He's going to
Zip
be
back.
trying to turn it back. Perks has been caught out. We'll try to use the ultimate to save him.
wow.
An impact, grabbing the kill. Immediately the World Ender comes out. Going to use that movement speed to chase down Mickey X. He's going to try to Spider-Man his way to safety, but I don't think he's going to get the chance. Smithy is here as well. That's going to be 2 kills picked up for Liquid. They're donating yet another one to Impact. That's going to be huge.
That was
I
a
guess you could
huge
say
teleport from
he's
Impact.
gonna have a
making
large
plays on the
impact.
bottom side, has been doing pretty well up in that top lane. Now down to the bottom lane,
Alright,
gets the
73
flash
CS
out
Akali.
perks, takes down both of those kills.
Versus
And this is going to
91.
give Doublelift some time on the turret. It's going to allow Smithy to take the
I think
dragon.
Akali could have
And that is
pushed
a
one
really
more
big
wave.
swing for TL.
And even though
Okay, good,
Team
yeah, he's pushing
Impact
our
is
wave.
not on the
just
gangplank,
looking at
he
the
still
minimap right now, I'm
finds a
like,
way
this
to
is so weird
support
and
the bottom
weird time
side
for him
of
to
the map.
go back.
He held onto the teleport.
Now he's got the
Wonder used it
CS
to get back
opportunity.
into lane. So the
Chance to
moment
catch up
G2's
a little
bot
bit.
lane tried to go in for the all-in trade,
Tumbleweed goes
that is when
past.
he sees this opportunity. So look at the
Nautilus
minimap right now. He's
Brain goes down.
positioning in a way so that he can safely TP towards the bot side of the map. So the moment G2 overextended, they can create a 3 versus 2 situation,
beautiful.
and Olaf isn't here to
Nice.
And
support.
that Q flash was actually so clean from Impact, anticipating the flash from Perks. He actually flash follows, nails him with the sweet spot, knocking him down.
Nice. I
And
think
Impact, so much
I think
credit
something
from him
interesting is
deserved,
that this
you know,
Aatrox is
how
running
this plays out,
Comet.
right? He plays so
I don't
well
know how, like,
towards that bot lane, helping out
often
his
do that.
team,
What's up,
you know,
Pandorsa?
not prioritizing his own
How
individual
often do
success
people run
as much
Comet
and
on
really putting a
Aatrox?
lot of
It makes
emphasis
sense. It
on
really
putting his
does.
teammates ahead.
Coming into today, this is the
but
match
it's just
that
like
we were looking at.
very
It was
interesting.
Wonder versus Impact. Now, of course, Impact yesterday 2-0 has some dominant stats. Wonder always the guy that you look at G2 to just destroy opponents on the big stage. But this game, yes, he has the scaling
Again.
Vladimir, but Impact, despite being banned
Scared
out,
of Vlad?
despite those champions, those comfort picks being taken away,
I don't think
still
he's.
impressive
If
to
he was
see him
scared
make
of Vlad, he would have gone
And
Fleet,
this is
right?
one of the big questions that we had coming
feel like he's trying to
not
beat
only
Vlad
this
in
game,
lane
but this day for
by, like,
TL.
hitting him
Was
with
can
Qs.
Impact stand up against the likes
It's
of
an interesting
Wonder
strategy.
and the
Oh,
Shine?
wow.
It
Okay.
certainly was. TP being invested towards the
Oh,
bot
okay.
side of the map. G2 trying
That's
to
hella
make
awkward.
another play.
Calling on the roam down. Yanko's immediately going to run into onto the 20. The stun mark is still going to be active though, waiting for the ultimate to expire before he's going to reactivate there. Caps is here as well. Has the Akali stolen away?
Okay,
Not going to be able to
yeah.
hit with the
They're in trouble.
duck there. Now dashing forward with the first stack of the Akali. For a second one, 4J.
Yeah, they're gonna kill them all.
Is available.
What?
Mickey though still ready to commit to the play.
This is actually like embarrassing to us.
Xmithie gonna get taken down, deleted instantly, and Jensen.
Wait, they're still gonna get him?
Still gonna connect. Yanko's flying forward. Gonna burn the Akali out to make the safety a second charge available, but Impact on the top side is doing damage to that tower and is gonna grab plates in exchange.
That's pretty bad.
Caps putting a lot of pressure now after kind of being put ahead by Jankos. Jankos and Caps have been spending that pressure down in the bottom lane, and this is similar to how IG had success, or rather they had success against SKT. By putting one lane ahead, they then take that pressure, they move it around the map, and this is something that G2 does so incredibly well.
Akali.
They don't just sit on leads, they pressure those advantages, and they use it to help their other lanes get even further ahead.
Yeah, Caps is a big fan of roaming around the map and looking for opportunities, and this time round,
like, is it tough for some reason? I know. That was pretty interesting.
TL were in a much better position to respond. The problem for them was that Wonder could then
Steal
start to collapse from the top lane.
Ah, he tried.
You see another fight here, but no opportunity for Team Liquid. But yeah, Wonder, he was
honestly, I don't know why Impact's out attacking the tower.
Up towards the top side.
Maybe they're trying to set up something.
While initially
it seems like they're fishing too hard.
They recognize, okay, this could end up really badly for us.
Sejuani fishing too hard right now.
You notice Team Liquid
like, you're literally running into 4 people, like 1v4, maybe 2v4 if you count Akali, but she's too far away. And then Aatrox, instead of taking like half of the final plate, ends up just like saying hi to the enemy team.
I think that's just a bit of poor play, honestly, from Xmithie. You know, walking too far
I'll be
forward.
MSI
Once the ultimate is already committed from Olaf,
that's awesome.
you've already just dissuaded the dive. You've already been down there to protect your bottom lane.
Where is MSI this year? Vietnam or something?
He wanted to get something more, and as a result, G2 ends up coming out on top. A double lift now, waiting for Perks.
It's in Taipei. Oh, okay. That's Singapore.
Is coming out. Perks now set to fall. That's going to be all she wrote. Double lift, finding the solo kill.
Double lift with the solo kill. What do you know?
Double lift, lying in wait, had the summoner spell advantage, had the mana advantage, and had the damage advantage as he finds the kill on the Perks.
Now we'll see the 2v2 in the mid lane. No, Mickey X coming over the wall with the hex.
Oh, you still got him. Okay.
The entrance might just have to be an exit. Core JJ running to the hills. G2 taking the play.
That was sick from Mickey X. The Hex Flash over the wall, then the stolen Sejuani all but Wonder in trouble.
World Ender now coming out. Impact.
He missed.
Find the kill here. Wonder
oh no.
Flash to try to make it to safety. The healing now coming in. Impact has to be careful. Wonder doesn't have the time to wait. This one out the kill.
Okay.
Going through for
OP, and he's dead. Bad timing.
The solo kill from Impact, but Wonder able to trade back.
He could have taken the first
using his flash, but G2 still coming ahead across the map. Locking down Jensen, bursting him out before he could get the professional player?
I feel like I'm boosted
huge.
too.
The CC chain was massive with the stolen Sejuani ult.
Give me $1 million.
Following up on that. But these are the kind of plays you want to be seeing from Team Liquid. You don't want them to be falling behind in this early game.
Too much?
Individual outplays, still looking for opportunities.
There's one thing I've learned from watching this game is that pros into.
Yes, it ends up being a 1-for-1. He's now sitting as a 3-1-0 Aatrox, and they need to keep being proactive to make sure that G2 don't snowball this lead that they've already started to.
And it's a scary position to be in because it is already a 2K lead that is on top of that. The Herald
the
now
right
picked
team.
up by
Dude, I'll assemble the right team. I think me.
So, something that you alluded to was this Hex Flash over the wall.
And then 3 bronze players could take worlds this year.
Get behind Jensen, land the knocker, so
I guess me and 4 bronze players.
setting up the CC for the rest of the team. And of course, Olaf going to be resistant to all of that as well, so they could chase down Xmithie and convert it into 2 kills.
Yeah, I mean, so much of it really just was about the stolen Sejuani ultimate that Caps had. That into the Nautilus ultimate meant Jensen never got off his shroud. He's burst out before he can actually fight back. Otherwise, that could have been a pretty solid play, but look at this. I mean, this is really impressive.
Oh, wait, what? He pulled? They can flash on that. Flash on it.
While Wonder is TPing 2 lane. He has now not only solo killed Wonder, but he is taking a turret without any jungle pressure. This is certainly a very impressive showing from him in this game against G2.
I feel like they can take it.
Always felt like it's going to be how hard is Impact going to fall down? Is he going to be a liability? But now instead the question is, what else can Impact do on the top side? How much more can he get done with this kind of big lead in his hands? Has the Black Cleaver finished? Has additional cooldown reduction coming in from the Caulfield's Warhammer, and things look pretty good for the Aatrox for now.
I mean, it's quite interesting where the goal disparities are starting to build up, because expectations were that the 2 solo laners for G2 would have the advantage coming into this matchup, and then the bot lane for Team Liquid will be the ones to get that early game lead. And even though G2 were very focused on building leads towards the bot side of the map, Double Lift is actually sitting on a gold lead right now. Impact is the one that is ahead up towards the top side. The big discrepancy is in the mid lane, where Caps has been applying loads loads of pressure to Jensen. Ola has been consistently coming mid and trying to shut this Akali down. So you're now looking at Caps and Jankos to be the big carries for G2 to try and maintain control over this game.
Yeah, you certainly are. It's a bit unfortunate for G2 that 2 of those kills did go to Mickey X, and you certainly would have wanted those on the carries. And that's part of the reason that some of these carries for TL are still, pacing.
Okay, Akali is a Gunblade now,
TL
so I'm
in
hoping
gold,
for the best,
at
but
a very strong point in the game.
I mean, it's 6-4, the gold's one less,
favor.
it's exactly 1,000 apart.
1-2 items is monstrously strong. So Perkz certainly
Just
wants a
seems
little bit
like
more time to scale up, and it's going to be up to his teammates who are already in a good position to buy him that time. For Caps and Jankos to kind of bridge the gap.
Doublelift looks like he's even working towards that Black Cleaver as well, so even further facilitating.
I don't know about bot lane
that
matchups,
kind of
but
early
mid lane is
spike.
to be expected, I
It's likely that they
think.
want to try
Just
and use this Aatrox who's
like,
already very
Akali
ahead.
is going to lose versus Sylas early.
Try and force these fights around the
But with
dragon.
a Gunblade, she might have the power to turn it around.
Because while he does have the Zhonya's, it's really that Spellbinder. Once that comes in, maybe even the Death Cap.
Looks like this Akali has
Vladimir really
overheal.
starts to kick into gear, and Team Liquid likely want to force fights before he can get to that.
That's a weird one right there.
Has to be painfully aware of that clock that you play on. Anytime you face against a good Vladimir, you're always nervous about that nightmare late game team fight scenario, especially when you have something like a Lucian who has to be up in your face in the front line. But it feels like for now they're in an okay spot. Only 17 minutes into the game. A 1K gold lead. It has gone down a bit. And TL does have double Drakes. This Herald, though, we're going to see if this can be used to break top lane tower. How much
quite the
more
gold
can they
lead.
get is the big question.
Yeah, well, they're definitely going to get
Sounds
top
good,
lane
Mendoza.
turret. I do think
Peace
TL
out.
should be in position to defend the tier 2, so likely it won't be much more than that. But another thing to always consider here for Wunder in this game is the amount of crowd control that is on the side of TL. So he does have to make sure that he's executing his dives very well, that he's pooling appropriately early, not greeting out for extra
I'm gonna look at the
Qs,
rune options.
A mistake we saw Caps fall prey to yesterday.
What is it?
Because there is the taunt, there is the
Leap
Sejuani
footwork.
ultimate,
Let's
there's
start with that, 'cause I don't know
knockups,
what the rune page is
even the
called.
mini stun from Akali and tremendous amount of
Precision
burst
page,
plus
okay.
double ignite. So it's not
I feel
as
like
easy
overheal
for Wunder in
triumph
this game
presence
as
of
it is in
mind.
some others. So we want to see him really executing cleanly and making sure he's getting off both the pool
I
and
guess.
zonies in these fights.
I think it's good that you bring up Caps because there were question marks as to how well Caps was
Isn't
performing
Triumph
yesterday.
better?
He wasn't the center of attention for his team. He had a tough lane versus Rookie. But now against Jensen, we're kind of reminded of that level that Caps can perform at.
I guess not
when
really,
he's given a bit of
because
jungle attention, when he has a favorable match.
you're not going to get kills too early
We see
in
the
pro play.
significant difference between the two mid laners in gold. And
I
now
think everything
with
is
Sylas
slower,
with
so you're
many
really not going to
viable
get too much use out of
ultimates,
time.
I think the job does
That
get
makes
a bit
sense
easier
then.
for Wunder
Overheal
later in the
OP.
game.
And they're even sending Caps up against Impact right now, making the matchup a little bit more even between G2 and Team Liquid, rather than having the Vladimir struggle against this Aatrox. And he's now working towards what looks like the death stance as well, so he's going to have a little bit more sustain and durability. In fact, they're actually just going to keep Wunder towards the bot side. His teleport is still unavailable, and I'm surprised at this
taking
because
changes all the
you
game.
expect to send
Exactly.
Wunder up towards the top side.
One
because
mistake
the
will lead
dragon
into
is about to
Baron in a
spawn, but I
minute.
suppose given Caps does have the teleport as well, they're fine sending
No
him off to
important
the other side.
dragons to be had, I guess.
They want to reset Caps here. He just finished another
They
item.
don't have
being
any
able to send it
enchanters,
back to
so
base, get
I
that
don't think
power spike
Ocean's
before any
gonna be too
potential
OP.
fight would break out. But certainly it is a very, very strong point in the game for Impact.
If Team Liquid has
He
two
his death
Oceans,
stance now. He's
then
on 40%
that'll be nice for
CDR
sure. But
with the runes plus the 30 on his items. I think this is about peak.
they don't, I mean,
for
neither
Aatrox,
team really
really,
has
you know,
poke
especially
besides
compared,
a
to
little
the
bit
rest
here and
of
there
the
from
game.
Kaisa
He's
and
going to be really,
Olaf, I guess.
really
But
strong right now. We'll see if he's going to be able to execute on this.
The other team has
I think for TL, this is a pretty good moment to take some fights. You have your 2 items on your Aatrox, 2 items on Doublelift as well. Gunblade is already complete for Jensen. He has a stopwatch there, so there's a lot of playmaking
farmed up
potential
enough.
and a lot of big
You got your
fight
core.
potential.
Impact now just trying to find the 1v1 on Caps. Caps in trouble. The World Ender coming back. He's trying to trade back. Has a lot of healing in his kit as well. The Conqueror now procs. Mickey on the way up. First to the roam is the G2 lineup. World Ender comes out now. Traded back. Impact will be forced to retreat for now. They're waiting for that time to tick down, but in the meantime, means TL gets free access to this dragon. Will grab it uncontested, but Impact forced to flat the safety. Yanko's now going to try and chase him down. G2 see the strong member, and they want to eliminate him from the map. They're going to cut down Impact. Yankos on a killing spree.
So the trade comes out
Alright,
between the two
splitting
teams.
bot lane.
G2 go towards the top side, TL invest in the Drake. They're now sitting at 3 Drakes so far in this game, and Jensen is getting free time towards this bot tower. So even though
they sent
G2
4 people top,
this
but then
into a
they're
kill
not
into Impact,
taking the
overall,
turret.
Team Liquid are the ones that come out with the map.
I don't even think they're going to take that top turret.
Pretty good about this. I'm not sure that Jensen's going to be able to actually finish this off. And look at Caps going in.
Hungry for blood, using everything to go and stealing the
Oh, you could ult it out or flash.
Truly terrifying.
Akali's R2 is up.
Solo kill there from Capson. Note how there was no hesitation whatsoever. He sees the Akali, he knows he can go for the outplay. There's not going to be any support. Caps showcasing why he is the best in Europe.
Yeah, that was sick from Caps. Takes his ult, and then you have as many dashes as the Akali.
Yeah,
the Akali had Shroud down. Jensen was using it for the extra energy for the wave clear there, so no Shroud was available.
That was just a really bad misplay by
Caps
Jensen.
is already on top of you. He used the ultimate proactively,
so broken.
his
Yeah,
second
that's
charge will
true,
be
but
available faster than
Akali could
Jensen's
have ulted
also,
out
and
first
that
and
was
then
just
E'd
very, very nice
instead of E'ing and then R'ing at the last second. But even then, she should have still, like,
certainly showing up.
I don't know, she used her Shroud on her there was a million things that went
Given how
wrong
the bot lane
there.
fell a little bit behind, we needed to see Caps step
Like,
up and
the
be
fact
carry
that
this
she
game,
used her
and look at
Shroud
how he does it. Uses the E interchains the
under the
gap,
turrets,
then has the Akali
so many
ultimate
mistakes.
to continue the chase. He then has the passive stacks combined with his EQW combo, just absolutely beautifully done. And not a hint of remorse on Caps' face.
No, he's got a light. He's smiling. He knows. He's feeling himself, and you got to respect it. The execution damage is significant from Sylas. Difficult for Jensen to win out. And difficult spot now for TL to find themselves in. Yes, the Akali can be more relevant. We can move late into the game, but needs a lane where she can safely farm.
And that's been the problem, right? G2, I think, has been much better at moving around the map and punishing these side lanes. They have been much more proactive. Smithy has really been a pretty big non-factor so far this game. Jankos has had him on the back foot, and ever since Jankos put Caps ahead, they have been using this kind of tag team duo to move around the map, to get vision, and to punish TL when they're trying to pick up these side lane waves.
And while Team Liquid were in a very good position earlier on, you're now looking at Caps level 15, 2 items fully completed. He can sit in a side lane pretty much uncontested, and G2 are doing what they can to enable him as much as possible.
Can't be slowed.
They were littered with control wards, and now they're pushing that vision deeper in towards the top side of the map.
How come Sech can't be slowed?
Just continue pushing on this side lane,
Is that just like her
making it
passive or
harder and
something?
harder for TL to answer.
The setup is clear for Baron. They will have to answer that TL, of course, with the Mountain Drake advantage, which can be so difficult to enter the pit when you have the threat of Sylas. Impact.
Because I saw that, I was like, what the heck?
We'll try to do some damage to Jankos,
I don't see any,
force him
like,
out of the area. The Olaf ulti will fall away soon. Will they try to find the re-engage? No, Team Liquid just going to back off. They say they know it's a vision game.
You can't really slow something that's already frozen.
Get later into this game.
Yeah, and I think that's the correct choice. If you over-chase there, if you commit forward, the Nautilus was in the area.
Akali.
Kaisa can always follow up with an ultimate once Nautilus
Jensen,
CCs someone, so certainly was the ability to have that turned around on them. They need to know that
CS.
they're on the back foot and really take positive fights here, but it's the G2 soul laners looking
build.
to pick up a kill onto Impact. Impact immediately forced to use the World Ender, now needs to run. Core JJ's ult coming out as well. With 2 ults taken away, difficult spot now for TL and Impact to be in.
You can see how much control G2 have over TL's half of the map. Impact can't even walk.
It gives armor and MR and can't be slowed. Okay, so if you get poked, you lose it, I guess.
A bunch of G2 members, so TL have to be very cautious about how they move through the map and where they look for opportunities to try and claw back control.
And I think that's such a nice play from G2 because Impact is, really the strongest member on the TL team right now. He even has the Executioner, so his 1v1 potential is actually pretty decent against that Vladimir. But by forcing his ultimate out there, there's no way he can actually move aggressively forward. He has to be on the defensive once again. And G2 have been so good in these side lanes, so we'll see if TL can ever really kind of wrest some of that control back and pull their way back into this game, because for now,
okay, so Akali is 7.7. Dude, holy shit, mid is so down in gold. Down 4K? Almost?
When you mentioned it, just look at the gold gap that was between them. 4,000 gold in favor of Caps. Level 16 is really the big break point for a Sylas because his ultimate cooldown is sitting on something like 9-10 seconds, so you can use it multiple times in a single fight. But now it's Jensen looking for a
trying to get something back here in the mid lane, but Wonder is there as well. Jensen now in trouble. Dash to safety. Good use of the stopwatch, but it may not be enough. Wonder now stepping forward, grabs the kill onto Jensen. Xmithy running for his life. TL desperately need to turn this fight, but Wonder's burned so many cooldowns. Maybe they can force it back on the Galio. TP Caps will come in on the backside. Double has to be careful. Which ulti is he going to take away immediately? This is Wani right into the middle of the team. Caps buying his time. So much damage coming out. Perks is still alive. Perks still able to throw damage down on the backside of the fight. But TL turning it back. Impact. Big use of the abilities there, trying to find a way to get a kill, but it's just a trade. It's a 1-for-1. Caps wants to get it back though. Goes golden, buys a bit of time, now on the retreat, Jankos stepping forward, G2 looking to route him, double have taken down an extended trade, but in the end, G2 coming out on top, and Caps is not done yet, stealing the Galio ultimate, pulling it away, can't now retreat back to his team.
It's the hero's exit for Caps there. He is styling on them at this
point.
Caps running over this game.
This
and
guy's
that
actually
so
got
much of it coming down to how much was committed to trying to take down Perks. They're
I want to see what Akali did wrong.
Jensen, decides to go in onto Perks here, and because of how behind he is, he doesn't quite have the damage to actually finish off Perks. Look how close this is. Perks, though, able to cleanse the Ignite and move back. Then, when so much of it They're not able to get
Okay.
them.
IMO.
Jensen.
He doesn't even need to do that. He should just ult in and then QW. This is
Decides to go in
ER and he still misses is essentially just worthless because he loses E and he doesn't even get the stun from the R.
perks here.
So if he at least like E'd and then Q'd, he can slow them and then catch up to hit him with the R stun and then shroud that, and he doesn't get hit by all this damage.
How behind he doesn't
And
quite
also
have the damage to actually finish off perks. Look how close this is. Perks.
Yanko stepping
For impact.
Nah, no good.
here. Perk now locked up. Perk's just gonna get deleted instantly. TP coming to the backside though. G2, despite the
Alright, Akali. Redemption play.
Impact has the TP
You
available.
have your ult. Do it.
Just back off here. Unstoppable now for Yanks. Not quite as threatening as he once was. Impact turning to join the team. Wonder caught out on the side. Only gonna hold one member.
Akali
Focused
doesn't
on the
sit
1v1
so
with
under
Jensen. The rest
fetch,
of the
doesn't
team
do
is there.
any
Cap
damage.
trying to find a pick on the backside of the map. The taunt has been
Highly
used.
unfortunate.
Options to protect the backline running out for the side of TL, but they will just retreat
Akali
here in
behind
the
is
end.
kind of like so
Still a
sad.
very good pick there for TL. They do get
I
one
I
kill.
think
They also get the teleport
shouldn't
out of
have went
Wonder,
in
and they
and
are able
if I
to
was near-
disengage
that's
the fight. So
true,
TL playing
but I
well
think he could have
from
got
behind,
out
but it is
if
certainly
he played it
Caps you
better.
have to deal with, and that is why they're
So
trying
since
to
the
fight
runes are
away
giving
from
you
him,
damage,
because
that is
Caps
also
is
true.
completely uncontested right now in the game. I mean, look at the item difference between
Both
him
are
and
accurate,
Jensen.
but
It's
he
3.5
could've got it
items to
if he
1.5
played it
items.
better.
And notice how the map is being set up right now. While TL do find that pick, and they're able to get that shut down and kind of relieve some of the pressure from G2, the bot lane is being pushed into this tier 2 tower. The top lane is being pushed in as well. And this was just a bit of an overstep from Mickey, which Doublelift is immediately there to capitalize on. Fantastic ultimate from Xmithy, but we don't have time. There's another fight
That's
kicks off.
Cap's going to keep going in for the trade. Trying to wait, not going in quite as aggressively as he sees the World Ender going. Caps might be in trouble. Dashes through, dodges out there. That's going to be massive. Missing a third proc in the Dark and Blade. Impact running out of time here. Caps going to try to take him down. Perfectly timed. Caps now unstoppable.
Dude, this guy's a god.
Caps is just running over this game at this point. Impact playing the fight out pretty well, but Caps able to actually use the Akali's ultimate to dodge out the third hit of that
It's
Dark
really
and
not
Blade
fair.
from Impact.
When
and
Sylas
that
ults
sealed the
on Akali,
one-on-one.
it's so
Why
hard to
so
feel.
many teams
Ooh.
in Europe have struggled against G2, a triple threat team on their best day.
Surprised he's not just using his R right now, yeah.
Wonder, you draft for one lane, you might lose out somewhere else. Caps an absolutely monster performance thus far in TL.
Sylas' ult is already back up. Can we just look at it on the left really quick? Just like look how it's legitimately back up right now. He's gonna grab someone else now.
G2 now making their way into the base of Team Liquid without impact there, without that extra source of damage. They don't feel confident in
I
their
bet you
ability to
anything
win the fight.
Sylas'
We've already
ult
talked so
cooldown
much about
gets
it. Jensen
nerfed
is
hard after this.
extremely far behind, only level 14, hasn't even completed his second item yet. 4,500 gold behind
They have
his
to
lane
nerf.
counterpart.
They just buffed his like
Team
other
Liquid
shit.
need impact
They have to
in
nerf
these
his
fights
ult.
if they want to
That's
stand a
like
chance.
kind of
Honestly,
crazy.
with how much damage
I think
he
it's
was
like
doing
a
with the
5-second
executioners, I
cooldown.
thought that he could actually win out in that 1 versus 1, but Caps with the fly moves, moving around the map, doing a fantastic job. So now we see the Baron dance begin.
Yeah, and I think TL made the right call to just give up the inhib. If you try to fight that, you're just going down, but Caps now
Wait, they're
going in.
fighting? What the?
Jensen,
Oh, wait,
Jensen,
wait.
can he make it out safety for the rest of the team now fishing for a fight? They're going to take out Mickey.
You
actually
actually
before
can
anything
kill-
gets started.
no.
Yanko's barreling his way into the middle of the team. The knockup is there to keep Perks
Could've-
out of the back line. Wonder in the midst of everybody manages to kill Doublelift. Smithy now the last
Okay,
man
I
standing.
don't even know what to
Caps
watch. I'm
trying
like-
to destroy the team,
I'm like
taking
looking
out
left
both
and right.
solo laners. He's already knocked Impact out of the fight. He's looking for Impact.
Unfortunate, because now he's gonna heal and kill.
The Aatrox ulti going to come up. He's
Oh, he
still
stole the
alive.
Aatrox
Caps
ult.
comes
Nice.
through, and Perks gets the triple
Yeah.
kill.
And once again, G2
I want to watch
taking on
what Akali
both
just did.
solo laners. He's already knocked Impact out of the fight.
Call to just give up the inhib. If you try to fight that, you're just going
Alright,
down, but Caps
R.
now going in.
Wants to blow up Jensen. Jensen, can he make it out safety for the rest of the team now fishing for a fight? They are going to
No,
be
damn it. Ah, this is AIDS. So, I don't know how to do this.
This is one, but
He should
Caps
have
with the fly moves,
immediately
moving around
R'd
the map,
after
doing
Sylas
a
went in.
fantastic job. So now
R
we see
forward.
the Baron dance begin.
Yeah, and I think TL made the right
Alright.
call to just give up the inhib. If you try to
You
fight
hear
that,
about
you're just
that?
going down, but
R.
Caps now
R
going
forward
in.
and then
blow up
W.
Jensen.
Then you can easily just passive proc Q Gunblade back up, and then he's gonna be like really low. He might hit you with something, but if he doesn't, your R2 will execute for sure. I mean, he might try to zone use it, predict it, but if you get on top of him while you're in Shroud, he really can't.
Can he make
that was his best chance. I don't know. This is like
and with the team fight win,
lots of mistakes
G2 are looking
going
for
on
the
here.
end.
And this game has been the story of Jankos and Caps. Mickey as well to start the fights, but now Jensen the last man standing, and this is going to do it. EU versus NA. It was 4-4 and MSI leading up to this. Jensen tries to get one back, hopeful to get something here in the midst of the fight. That's the two-man taunt. Caps going to try to end the game. It could just go out here. Can they do it? They can't stop it. G2 come out on top.
Okay.
Such a well-played game from the European representatives here. All about Jankos, all about Caps. These guys played the early game incredibly.
I can't say
Aggressively forward. He had.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but I guess that's gonna be the end of this. My opinion, maybe I don't know. It just doesn't seem very. Yeah, I can't trash talk TL. I like them too much. Anyways, GG, well played. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you learned something, and have a good one. Peace.